Hey guys, today I brought to you another very interesting case study of a small cap company which has a potential of becoming a multi-bagger, Apollo Pipes Limited. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe right now and do watch this video till the end because I will be bringing to you the research of 2 to 3 days in a concise form of 15 to 20 minutes, and I'm sure after watching this video you will be able to decide whether to invest in this company or not and take the right decision for your investments. I am Varun Agarwal and let's get started. Seizing the date to emerge better tomorrow. This company believes that they don't want to make very long-term plans. They are planning for the next couple of years and they want to achieve those milestones and get better than what they were yesterday. So let us discuss about the introduction of Apollo Pipes. Let me clarify before I start that this is the case study about Apollo Pipes. APL Apollo Tubes Limited is another company which is a sister concern of this company which is into steel tubes, and this Apollo Pipes is into plastic pipes. So this is one of the top 10 plastic piping solution providers in India, and the brand name is APL Apollo. For Apollo Tubes, steel tubes, and for this company, both the companies they are using the same brand name APL Apollo. This more than 2 decades they are into this piping industry. In fact, the steel piping they are more. The group as such is more old, but this particular plastic piping business they are doing for more than 2 decades. They have 3 manufacturing units at Dadri, Ahmedabad, and Bangalore. And the production capacity is more than 63,000 metric tons per annum. The headquarters are in Delhi and they have a very strong name in North India, especially North India, and they have a product range of more than 1000 plastic products of PVC and HDPE pipes. The products cater to an array of industrial applications such as agriculture, water management, construction, infrastructure, and telecom ducting. So these are different customer segments. Mr. Sanjay Gupta is a non-executive chairman in this company, who is the chairman in Apollo Tubes, APL Apollo Tubes, and his younger brother is Mr. Samir Gupta, who is the managing director of this company. This company is a sister concern, as I said, of APL Apollo Tubes Limited, and both these companies are a part of the Sudesh Group, which is into business for more than 35 years. Earlier, there was a company listed on Bombay Stock Exchange called Amulya Leasing and Finance Company, which was a NBFC company. That company had a holding in Apollo Pipes Limited. Later, they stopped the NBFC business and surrendered that license, and they completely acquired Apollo Pipes Limited, which was a private limited company, and they merged that company with Amulya Leasing and Finance, and they changed the name to Apollo Pipes Limited on BSE, and later they got it listed on NSE also. So it got converted from a NBFC business and now they are doing only the plastic pipe business in Apollo Pipes Limited. What are the milestones? In milestones, we are covering the milestones which the company had achieved earlier when it was a private limited company and even after the listing on BSE and NSE, after merger with Amulya. So in 2000, it got commenced with PVC pipes manufacturing at Secunderabad, which is in Uttar Pradesh. In 2000, from 2005 to 10, they started manufacturing HDPE pipes also. In 2013, they started UPVC pipes. In 2014 to 15, they started CPVC pipes. In 2016, they crossed the total production capacity for more than 50,000 metric tons per annum. In 2017, they enhanced the molding division's capacity by 2,700 metric tons per annum. And they started a greenfield facility in Ahmedabad. So right now their target is to cross 90,000 metric tons per annum in the near future by 2021. Mr. Sanjay Gupta, as you see on the screen, is a non-executive chairman here. He is the chairman of APL Apollo Tubes Limited. Mr. Samir Gupta is the managing director who manages this company. What are the product segments? Plastic pipes and fittings, faucets, showers and allied products. This is a new category which they have started recently, and they are planning to grow this particular category of the hardware materials. Irrigation pipes and fittings, agricultural pipes and fittings, and solvent cements. Let us understand the business model. This company is into manufacturing and sale of its products to its distribution network. It has a distribution network of 450 dealers, 150 consignment agents, stockists and distributors. It also exports its products to about 10 countries, and it has 1000 plus products, and the team size is about 525 people, and it has their own 14 distribution and service centers across India, which they claim to be is one of the biggest distribution network by any company on their own. If you see the customer segments, they are broadly divided into agricultural segment, water management, construction, oil and gas, and telecom ducting. If you see the pan-India presence, this company has a strong presence in North India, and they are now trying to expand to Central India, East India, and especially South India. That is why they have recently acquired a unit in Bangalore, and they have started manufacturing there. Let's discuss about the market and the industry of the plastic piping as a whole. The plastic pipes and fittings market is segmented into UPVC, CPVC, HDPE, LDPE. This could be technical, but broadly there are different categories in the plastic pipes. In terms of end user applications, the market is segregated into irrigation, sewage, water supply, plumbing and borewell application. The Indian PVC pipe industry is expected to grow by 14.7% CAGR during 2018 to 26. So there is a good growth rate except covering the lockdown effect. There are a lot of government initiatives like Housing for All, Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation called Amrut, and Pradhan Mantri Kishi Sinchai Yojana. So due to these initiatives also, the consumption of plastic pipes will increase in the country. The competitors of this company are Astral Polytechnic. If you want to watch a video of Astral Polytechnic in detail, we have created a video of that. You can check out the other videos on our channel. The Prince Pipes and Fittings, Time Technoplast, Jain Irrigation Systems. These are the major competitors of this company. There could be other competitors also. What is the advantage this company has when compared to its competitors? This company is rapidly growing across India because they know very clearly that they have stronghold in North India, and they can by opening new units and developing a stronger distribution, they can easily develop their sales across the other places in India like South and East India. They have proven expertise in this particular field as they have handled good number of projects in the past, and they have 1000 plus different products offered, and the management is experienced especially in the piping industry as such, in plastic pipes as well as the steel pipes, and they also have a brand advantage because APL Apollo is a very known brand in the market. In terms of the growth prospects, how is this company expected to grow in the near future? Their production capacity is being continuously enhanced because they are very confident that they will be able to 100% satisfy their production capacity by means of sales in the near future. So they increased in financial year 2019 the capacity by 7,000 tons per annum at Dadri and 5,000 tons per annum at Ahmedabad, and their goal is to cross 90,000 by 2021. And they have recently acquired a Bangalore based production unit to get their presence in South India, and they plan to establish another new unit in Raipur to cater to the East Indian market. They have started a new range of products of plastic taps, showers and other bathroom products, and they plan to increase the revenue share of the new products to 16% of their total revenue very soon. They have a lot of scope to grow in South and East India, and they will be utilizing their present capacity to the fullest very soon in the near future. and on an overall basis they are targeting a average growth rate of 25% per annum. So they are really having clear targets and they are moving towards the goal and they are achieving the targets, but sometimes what I felt is they are falling short of achieving their milestones. But it is a good thing that they are progressing and moving towards their target every year. What are the risks which this company may face? On a macroeconomic basis, there could be a slowdown, which is something like a COVID situation, which we are facing right now. The PVC raw material which they use, it is a byproduct of crude oil. So depending on the crude oil fluctuations, the raw material may also get affected. The government policies may affect this company and this company may face strong competition with other competitors like Astral Pipes, and the changes in interest rates will also affect the profitability of this company because they also have borrowings. Let us discuss the numbers. Now we have understood the business model and the background of the company. The March 20 results are also out and the revenue for the latest March 20 quarter is 97 crores compared to March 2019 which was 92. So it is better on a yearly basis, and if you see the just before quarter of December 2019 it was 103 crores. So it is slightly less when compared to the previous quarter. This could be because of the lockdown situation of about 10 to 15 days in the last few days of March. The profit after tax of March 2020 quarter is 6.19 crores compared to the March 2019 was 5.3, so it's better again on a yearly basis, and compared to the previous December just before quarter it is 6.68 crores, which is again slightly less. If you see the total revenues of this company, they are showing a decent growth of about 19% on an average basis in the last 5 years. And if you see the profit after tax, it is again showing a decent growth of about 29% average in the last 5 years. If you see the EBITDA and the EBITDA margins, they are also growing steadily, and in financial year 2020 they have a EBITDA of about 13%, which is quite decent. If you see the volume wise, the company's production is continuously growing, and in financial year 2020 it was about 44,692 metric tons per annum, and it is going at a rate of average rate of about 14% in terms of volume. Return on equity, if we see, it was decently maintained in the recent year of the financial year 2020. It has fallen to 11.7%. This could be because of their recent finance cost, because they had borrowed some money to fund their expansion. The debt equity ratio is going down as they are repaying their earlier taken debts. The return on capital of employed is gone down to about 20% in this year. This and return on equity could be going down because of the squeeze in the profitability due to increase in raw materials and the finance cost. The total debt of the company is now getting reduced because they are repaying the money which they had borrowed for expansion of their projects. If you see the financial highlights in financial year 2020, the yearly revenue was 418 crores compared to financial year 2019 was 362. So the revenue has gone up by 15.5%, which is pretty good. Profit after tax has gone up by 19% to 28.5 crores on a yearly basis, which is again a decent number. The profit this year was impacted by financial cost and the increase in raw material prices. The debt earlier increased, but now they have repaid it partly, and as on date the debt is about 77.5 crores on the balance sheet. The credit ratings are good. In fact, they are upgraded to A- stable from BBB plus by CRISIL, and the reserves are continuously growing. The promoters have infused about 202 crores in the company through preferential issue of equity shares and conversion of warrants into shares at around 590 rupees. So this is a good sign because the promoters are introducing more money into the company, because this shows that they have confidence in what they are doing. and the price is also very attractive because if they have converted the equity shares at 590, the current market price is about 300, so we are getting it at a reasonable valuation. The company has declared a dividend of rupees 1 rupees per share, and the remuneration of managing director is about 1.2 crores. The promoters holding is about 47.11% and nothing of that is pledged. Institutional holding is about 15.3. So although this is a small cap company, still it has institutional holdings, which shows that the institutional investors have confidence in this particular brand. The cash flow from operating activities is about 12.4 crores. And the cash outflow from investing is about 52 crores because they have acquired new plants for capacity expansion. So there are no free cash flows on a net basis because they are investing their money and their profits into growth. The net profit margin of financial year 2020 is about 6.81%, which is on a lower side. The return on equity is about 11.7%, return on capital employed is about 20%. These both are also slightly on the lower side. If we look at the valuations of the company, the last traded price was around 300 rupees. The 52-week high and low is about 282 to 359. So this is almost trading at a 52-week low price. And the 1-year return is about 25% negative. And this was listed on NSE in November 2019. Previously, it was listed on BSE. On a 5-year basis, if you see, it is about 125% positive return. And the market cap is about 390 crores, which is this shows that this is a very small company. The PE ratio is 13.7, which is again very reasonable. The industry PE is 29, so it is available at a very lower PE compared to the industry. Earning per share is 21 rupees, price book ratio is 1.27, which shows again that this valuation is pretty cheap. The intrinsic value as per Graham's formula, if we calculate, it is somewhere around roughly 600 rupees. So this shows that the valuations of this company are pretty reasonable. Now, why are the valuations very reasonable if this company is such a good company? Because this company has not shown a proven track record of profits and growth and consistency for a long period of time still. So people or the investors do not have so much confidence in this company right now. But if this company performs the same way as it's doing, grows its capacity, grows its sales for the next couple of years, I am sure that these valuations would increase, and that time this may not be available at the prices it is trading right now if everything goes very well. So if you see the price chart, I have to pull the price chart from BSE this time, and if we see the 5-year price chart, the last couple of years it is having a falling trend, and the initial years in this price chart belongs to the Amulya Leasing and Finance Company, as it was a NBFC earlier year which had investment in Apollo Pipes. Compared to BSE, if you see, it is again a slightly falling trend in prices. Let's discuss the latest news about this company. Mr. Samir Gupta, who is the managing director of this company, has bought himself 1,44,000 shares at about 323 rupees, 1.25 lakh shares at about 310 rupees, 1.51 lakh shares of at rupees 315 rupees in May 2020. So if this shows that the managing director himself is buying back shares from the open market, which builds another confidence in the investors' mind that they are very certain about the growth of their own company, and the capacity, as their plan was to reach 90 to in 2021, they have crossed 84,000 metric tons per annum as on March 31st, 2020. So both these two recent developments are quite positive for this company. So I've given you all the indicators, good and bad, about this. I'm sure you will be able to decide and take the right decision about the investment in this company. To sum it up, this is a small cap company, and small cap companies have their own advantages and disadvantages. It is kind of a high risk, high return investment. It has shown decent growth in the past, but in the last few years only it has shown more growth. Why I am telling you this is because if this company was into business for the last 20 years, then I felt that this should have grown much bigger by now. But maybe they were concentrating on their other businesses, and this business they have taken up concentrating more very recently in the last 3-4 years. If that case is also so, and they show this consistency in growth for the next couple of years from now, then it will be very clear that this company is going to be very successful in their business, and the share price is going to give quite a good returns. This company has very good brand advantage because their brand is APL Apollo, which is a well-known brand. The management is experienced. They are expanding their capacities of production. Geographically, they are expanding. The short-term targets are being met, but there is a slight delay. The debts are very less. They are trying to pay back even if they are buying money, taking money temporarily. The valuations are very attractive, and we may either enter now or maybe wait for some time to check their consistency in growth and then decide whether or not we should get into this stock. So that's all about this company. I hope you like this video, and do subscribe to my channel if you like this video. Hit the bell icon to know all the updates from my channel, and thanks for watching and have a great day.